Hey everyone, it's Kevin Crossman here at Ultimate Mai Tai headquarters, and today we're going to be talking about Mai Tai rum. Now, many of you are probably familiar with the original 1944 recipe for a Mai Tai called for 17-year-old Wray and Nephew rum from Jamaica. And that rum is sadly no longer available. In fact, it hasn't been available in production for decades. Now, the history of what Trader Vic's did once those supplies ran out tells us an interesting story, and I'm going to give you my own recommendation for a Mai Tai rum at the end. So when the 17-year-old Wray and Nephew rum started running out, Trader Vic's started to use the 15-year-old Wray and Nephew rum. So 17-year to 15-year, probably pretty close, right? Well, then that rum started running out. And so what he did in his first adjusted Mai Tai rum formula was he used an ounce of the 15-year plus an ounce of either Coruba or Red Heart, which were dark Jamaican rums, not as aged at all as the 15-year Wray and Nephew. The second adjusted formula used a Trader Vic's Jamaican rum that was aged between 8 to 15 years, along with a Martinique rum. And the Martinique rum that was used there is a matter of some debate. I'll let other people talk about that. The Smuggler's Cove book has a pretty interesting story there. But the point is that Vic was constantly changing the rum blend to suit the tastes and availability of the rums that he wanted to use for a certain character in his Mai Tai. By the 60s, 70s, and 80s, Trader Vic's was using a combination of a Jamaican rum plus rum St. James from Martinique. And this Martinique rum is a rum agricole made from sugarcane juice rather than molasses. And that practice continued into the early part of the 21st century. As an example of a combination that you might consider, Jeff Beachbum recommends using a combination of the 12-year-old Appleton Estate Jamaican rum along with the Clement VSOP from Martinique. So these are both aged rums. At least on the Martinique side, it's definitely not as grassy as you might get with some of the agricole rums. So the point being is that you can put a couple different rums together and give you a different kind of a character for your rum for your Mai Tai than you would if you just chose a single rum. So we're going to move now to the recommended house blend for the Ultimate Mai Tai. And the rum blend that I'm currently using uses these 4 rums. They're all pretty available and not too expensive. So you're not going to buy some giant, $100 bottle of rum or something like that. So the rums that I'm using are the OFTD from Plantation. This is an overproof. I've got Smith & Cross Jamaican rum, also a little higher proof. We have Appleton 12 at 43%. I have the Plantation Jamaica, which is also 43%. So I use a ½ ounce each of these rums and I put them together in a Mai Tai. Now, if you're thinking about making these Mai Tais at home and you like this rum blend, having to pour out a ½ ounce each of all of these is sort of a pain. And so what I do is I take a empty bottle of something else. This was a bottle of Coruba at 1 liter, and I just put in equal parts of these rums so that when I need to make a Mai Tai, I just pour 2 ounces directly. And as a pro tip, the 1 liter bottle is much more efficient because dividing 1 liter divided by 4 is a lot easier than 750 milliliters divided by 4. I can't do that math. So anyway, this is the rum blend that we use here at Ultimate Mai Tai headquarters. OFTD, Smith & Cross, Appleton 12, and Plantation Jamaica. You can learn more about rums and Mai Tai at ultimatemaitai.com. Thanks for listening.